Good afternoon, all of you. Hope you can hear me. So we are going to discuss spinal cord today. Okay. So we'll see what are the anatomically the length of spinal cord. We will see the nerves what are coming, certain enlargements, okay, and modifications of diameter also we will include in this topic. So, what is spinal cord? It's a lower elongated part of CNS. Okay, it is cylindrical in shape and it is slightly flattened anteroposteriorly. What is the length of spinal cord?
45 centimeters.
What are the other structures which are 45 centimeters?
Valve difference
Ah,
and
thoracic duct. Thoracic,
thoracic duct.
femur bone also.
Okay.
That is also 45 centimeters.
Ma'am, Ritika, she said she'll not join.
Okay. Okay. So, and it is 30 grams in weight. Okay. Then coming to the extensions, like from the upper border of the first cervical vertebra to the lower border of the first lumbar vertebra. Okay. So its extension. So after that, you can see the spinal cord is extending only C1 to L1. Okay, then you will have all bundle of nerves, which is, what is this? Cauda equina, isn't it? So the lower tapering end is called as, it is like a cone, which is conus medullaris. So the tip of the conus medullaris is now continuing as filum terminale. Okay. Now the position changes of the cord. Now see here, this is the spinal cord. 4 different colors are used, okay, to show like this is the red color is cervical part, blue in color is thoracic part, this violet color is representing lumbar, this green one is representing sacral, and the further color is coccygeal. So when you see during the fetal life, so the length of the spinal cord is corresponding to the vertebra level, and the spinal nerves are also coming out through their respective intervertebral foramina. But as we grow older, the length of spinal cord will stop growing, but the length of vertebral column continues to grow, so that the nerves which are coming through the intervertebral foramen are following the same thing, but the growth of spinal cord has stopped much ahead than the growth of the bony cage, that is the vertebral column. That's the reason we are finding the spinal cord is ending at the level of the lower border of L1, or sometimes in some books it's given as junction of L1 and L2. Okay. After that, you are finding only the bundle of nerves which are coming out through their respective intervertebral foraminae. Okay. Then now the positional changes. See, from the 3rd month of intrauterine life, the spinal cord is as long as the vertebral column, what we have seen in the previous picture. At birth, spinal cord is lying at the level of L3, and as we grow, you see in adults the spinal cord is growing, like stopping its growth, and it is lying at the lower border of L1. Okay. Now, if you just observe the segments, now see here, the spinal segments are actually not corresponding to the vertebra level. Because if you observe lumbar level and sacral coccygeal spinal segments, we know spinal cord itself is ending at the level of L1, isn't it? So that means sacral and coccygeal segments are found at the vertebra level T12 and L1. In this order, if you just check, the upper part is they are correspondingly same to the vertebra level, like spinal segments and vertebral segments are C to C2 only. Lower cervical is C6 is the spinal segment, but the vertebra level is one vertebra level higher, that is C5. Upper thoracic T5 and T3, lower thoracic T10 and T7. The lumbar L1, L5 is lying at which vertebra level? Is lying at the vertebra level T10 to T11. So like that, this is the rule which is written here, what I have discussed. Okay. Then what are the coverings what we have in the brain? Same type of coverings we have for the spinal cord also. What is the outermost covering we have? Dura mater, arachnoid, and then we have pia. Okay. Then the spinal dura is actually extending from the foramen magnum to the lower border of the second sacral vertebra. It's not ending at L1 vertebra level. Okay. The dura is extending up to S2. Okay, and the space between the spinal dura and vertebral canal is called as epidural space. Okay, so that means if This green line is indicating the dura mater here. Okay, so the area above this green line is the epidural space. Okay, and this whatever light sky blue area is nothing but the bony cage, that is the vertebral canal through which the spinal cord is passing. Okay, the space between the dura mater and arachnoid, we know this is the subdural space. Okay, below the dura mater is subdural, above the dura mater is epidural. Very simple. Okay, then. So now we have certain like comparative points between the spinal dura mater and the cranial dura mater. So spinal dura mater is generally single layered, consists of only meningeal layer. If you remember, I told you the meningeal dura mater has two layers, no? Endosteal layer and meningeal layer. Between which what is there? Between the endosteal layer and meningeal layer, we have dural venous sinuses inside the cranial cavity. But here we have only meningeal layer. We do not have any endosteal layer in case of the dura mater which is surrounding the spinal cord. There we have seen the dura mater of the cranial cavity. It was forming certain modifications, no? Like falx cerebri, falx cerebelli, tentorium cerebelli, diaphragma cerebri. Such modifications we do not see with the spinal dura. Okay, epidural space we are finding here, but we do not find such epidural space with the cranial dura mater. Okay. After dura mater is over, then see this was the dura mater. Now we are talking about the arachnoid matter. The second layer, the arachnoid matter is thin, transparent avascular membrane. Above it is continuous with the arachnoid matter of the brain. Below it is extending. Here this is also extending up to the lower border of ST. Okay. Then pia mater. So pia mater is the like it is something like close mother. That means it is closely investing. Whether you talk about brain or whether you talk about spinal cord, in both the areas, pia mater is closely investing. Okay, thin, highly vascular membrane continues below the spinal cord as phylum terminale. So this extension, whatever we are finding, this is the phylum terminale. This is conus medullaris, cone shape, and we know dura is extending up to S2. Not even that, even arachnoid is also extending. And this is pia mater, red line, whatever you are finding is also extending. Okay, so this extension of pia mater, which is coming from the tip of the conus medullaris, you call it as phylum terminale. The part of phylum terminale which is enclosed inside the dural covering, you call it as phylum terminale internum. And the part of the dura, like pia mater, which is outside the dural covering, you call it as phylum terminale externum. Overall phylum terminale's length is 20 centimeters, 15 is inside and 5 is outside. Internum I. I'll resend the connection button. Laptop charging is
Okay. Okay.